Hello there, fellow revelers. Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to Going Medieval Tower of Knowledge. Episode 27. A visiting bard throws a birthday bash. Klein. You're still mining, so why are you hauling? This is like one of the problems of job priorities, and I'm not really sure why this happens. Where a lot of the... Okay, there we go. No, he was... Briefly, it said that he was going to mine and dig. Why is he hauling right... Yeah, there you go. Go dig. No, see, it said hauling and mining, and then immediately switched to hauling to stockpile. It's just one of these things where, like, hauling's at 2, mining's at 1, but he chooses to haul except for mine. I mean, it's just a known thing with Going Medieval, but it does drive me crazy because it's really hard to make meaningful progress unless you're, like, turning off their other job types. So if I really wanted, I could turn Kadath, Klein, and Board Drake's hauling completely off so they cannot haul, and then they should spend more time mining, hypothetically. And now he's spending time farming. Because it's one of these, like, I don't know what it is, but, like, they just don't mine. Now he's hungry. Oh, my God. I feel like I'm... Okay, there we... No, go mine. No, he was thinking about mining again, and then he was like, all right, I'm going to go fill my pouches. And now I'm idle. What the heck are you... What is going on here? Go mine. He started to go idle before mining. Yeah, it's just some weirdness. I really don't know how else to explain it. It's just like sometimes their mining just doesn't work. So it's not that I didn't like prioritize it or whatever. It's just the colonists are just refusing to be productive, and there's very little I can do about that. But it does drive me batty because it's like I didn't mess up their priorities. They just can't work proper. They would rather idle than work. I don't know if it's pathing between levels. I mean, ultimately, I'm not a bug tester, so I don't really care what it is. I'm just acknowledging that it is an issue. It's a known problem. I'm not the only one that has it. And it is very annoying when you're like... When you have a bunch of idle people because they all can't decide what to do, despite the fact that there's actual jobs for them to do. And you're like, okay, just go work. Whatever. Enjoy your swim. I'll never get over that. It's so funny that they're just like, oh yeah, we're gonna swim. You know, I should have sold some hay to them. We have a stupid amount of hay. So I'm executing this sort of like cross pattern so that we can build these support pillars first so that we don't have any cave-ins. So once this is mined out and replaced with a wall, we'll build an arch there, arch here, arch there. Because I just don't want anything collapsing on me. It would be very, in my case, that I'm underneath like an ocean, it would be catastrophic. I'd never be able to recover the area. It would get flooded forever. It's probably. Alright, there we go. Armor is done. We'll get the armorer bench up here. Oh, apparently I'm out of wood. But, I'll take a look at what there's actually to do with it. Okay. So I queued up some more mature tree to get cut down. And now we're going to research 3. Bed chambers of research 3. Solid. Why not the dead trees? There's really no dead trees around here. I didn't do the dead trees because none of these are dead. Like, I guess there's 2 here, but like none close to the terminus of the bridge. Mostly because we've just been cutting them all. All right, the archways for the archers are done. A little, oh, well, sort of done. Right, max beam distance. I guess I'll replace the center with another beam. So we can hold up the roof. In fact, I might even just have it be roof. I'll just do it like that, now that we have, 4. The rug finished? Yes, it did. So here it is. It is a good rug, and I'm going to install it in our library. I'll put it right here. And the next event we can trigger is in 4.5 days. Alright, in order to get Research 3, because I haven't actually queued up what we need, 30-30. So we've got 30 on one, 30 on the other. It's probably the biggest project we've yet to do. The other thing is the bookshelves are pretty much nearing capacity. There's a little bit of space left on some of them, but we're going to need a new floor. Yeah, we're probably going to need a new floor soon. Which will take precedent over everything else. I could stuff more in if I wanted to, but I don't really want to. I want to, like, space it out so that there's, like, a reason to have a tower. It's like a problem-seeking solution. Oh, the only problem that I see here putting the arches over the door is the door is likely to break, and then the pillar breaks. Whatever. I'm gonna just do it anyway. It's not the best gatehouse, but I'm trying to keep it simple rather than like a full redesign. Okay, you're standing around looking idle, and that screams to me like you are done digging, which you are not done digging. Caught you. There we go. So once the archways are excavated, then I can dig out the like 5x5 and add walls, and we'll be good. Ah, our first ale. So I'm not sure that we have a stockpile for the ale. So let's check on that. So here's our ale. And currently it rots in 12 days because it's being kept warm. It is 52 in here. So do we yeah, okay. The ale's allowed in here in the cellar floor. And not allowed in here. So it should be moved now. And Viking Pastry's moving it. Perfect. So now it will rot never, which is a lot better than rot in 12 days. And once we have a variety of liquors, we'll do the next feast. We'll kick off like a hella feast, celebrating our variety of booze. Okay, the arches for 2 of the bedrooms are done. And we'll work on the last one, and it's slow going, I will admit. But it will be nice that we have like our little ant colony underground. definitely the safest place in the colony. It's like, if we're ever under siege, we can just go underground and be left alone. Ah, Klein, you're idle. You really don't. You have some sort of, like, dig aversion. I don't know what's going on, but I catch you idle all the time. Like, you can't figure out stairs. So I'll just stare at this idleness up there to catch him when he's like, I don't know how stairs work. Sorry, can't do my job. Redesign of the gatehouse is an entire stream of its own? Probably, yeah. I'm not gonna lie. Freaking Blight. Ugh. Okay. All of the... I'm just gonna have to micromanage to make this cleared. So I'm gonna play nice and slow and kill all the Blight. No, no, no. Cut. It also doesn't help that, like, bramble bushes look like Blight. Hey, Ciceron. You do this too. Reap. It just spreads so quickly. It's... What happened to my beet farm? The entire field is like... I must have deleted it accidentally. I don't recall doing that, though. Easy enough to put back. Okay, the last of the Blight is being cut now. It is summer day 6, so yeah, we could definitely sow more crops. So I'll put that beet farm back, or beet field back in a second. Come on, cut it before it spreads. They really need to tone down its, like, spread rate, though. Oh, frickin'. Spreads, like, out from underneath me. So, somehow or another, my beet field... I don't even have beet seeds? Appropriate ground type. The hell? It's dirt. That's where it goes. Apparently I don't have any seeds. I don't know what happened. Why I would have 0 seeds for beets. Let's say I did in cabbage. The game's like, okay. I don't know what's going on here. The game doesn't think that this is dirt or something. Okay, the Blight's cleared, at least. I might need to save and load if the game's like, hey, this isn't dirt anymore. We've transmuted it into stone. But for now, I'm just gonna focus on the bedrooms. At least Klein's digging on his own. Well, okay, yeah, there he goes. I said it out loud, and then he was like, ah, just kidding. And now we have, I think it's a nice, quaint-looking gatehouse. I like it. A little goofy, but, you know, if it works. I don't know what's going on here. I don't know why my beet field got deleted or why I can't put it back. The bridge just broke? Why did it? What? Going medieval, what's going on? Oh, stability. Alright, so the stability here for these sections, what ended up happening was the stability of this pillar went down because there's not stability here. And the bridge sections broke consequently. So we could either add arches to those or stability below. Arches is probably the easier solution. It is a high material solution. But I'll add 3 arches for the first 3 sections so that there isn't stability issues with the bridge itself. Not a big deal. Alright, gatehouse is good. And we got mead for the first time. We still don't have the armorer's table up, because I think only just now did we manage to get out to the trees to cut them down. Alright, let's check up on the, Yep, they're still going. Alright, now the stability of the bridge should not be so negatively affected, because it will be arched in supports. And that will keep bridge collapses from continuing to happen. Yeah, at least they're digging, true. It could be a lot worse. Alright, we have a visitor. This visitor is a bard. So maybe with a bard visiting, we'll put on a feast. Even if we don't have a full variety of booze, because the benefit of the bard outweighs the variety of food that we lack, I think. I'm also hoping that we don't end up with like a flood while I'm building. I don't know what season is the most dangerous in order to expand underground, but it's probably spring, I'd imagine. I'm just kind of making that up, but I don't know what the seasonal flood risks are. And it looks like we're out of clay. Now, is that... yeah, I think that's because all of the dig excavation for clay, we had hauled it all, so our stocks are probably empty. Wow, our stocks of fuel are pretty empty, too. Alright, in that case, let's, start to dig our clay pit. And just for convenience, I'm going to put stairs here. I know there's a natural slope there, but I'll just put stairs here so that we can quickly access the clay pit. And what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be digging the clay pit like inwards from there. Alright, I think it's just about the feast hour, so let's do it. We have a bard. That's going to help a lot. We'll do 5 ale, 5 wine, 5 mead. That's a lot of alcohol per person. Food quality. Let's do that next. Fresh fruit. I don't know if it's going to be appreciated. Roast meat, compote, gruel, honey. Food quality is 31. So the nutrition per person could go up. So I'll do all the roasts and all the gruel. All right, so we're at 775. Is there anything? I'm just like moving the... Oh, apparently bringing too much aged wine is a bad thing? Okay, today I learned. So 815, not bad. Let's see if I can move it up with food variety. Because this would increase food variety, but it doesn't actually increase the event quality. Because it lowers the food quality. Alright, so whatever. This is good. Everyone's participating. So accept. And we'll have our first feast with a bard. So, this will be the Nutley Feast. Sung by the Ghost of Silkby. Nice. Interesting. He's like, brawny and highly attuned to animals. So, the dude's like a druid who's a bard. This should help with mood. Not that we were having any mood issues, but it is nice to have like a visiting bard willing to kick off a nice feast for us. Because I'm not planning on having any other specialty roles other than librarian. I wanted our colony to only do kind of like librarian study group stuff. Excellent. It was such a nice feast that Quantum broke his hatchet. Okay. Party on, I guess. All right, here's a new hatchet. And we did end up getting the armory, so this allows us to make some, like, light arm stuff. Nothing really worth it. We would need more research to make it really worth it. That stuff is about on par with the equipment that he already has. Now, with that said, I can have him don some of the raid gear that we stripped off. So I'm gonna, let's see, good. This is the most intact. I'm gonna have him wear a helmet. And what else do you just have summer clothing? I don't even know if I could do better than that. So, speaking of which, even though we only have like junk for armory, I might go ahead and make, Gambison? I forget which one's stronger. I think the Gambison is stronger than the, So I'll have them make a Gambison for him. Because I don't see any other armor that we can just, like, throw on. That's fine. Yeah, I mean, we might have it somewhere. I thought we had some armor somewhere, but it probably went to tatters and we just like smelted it down. Which is why I can't find it. Oh, we finally got beer. We put the feast on like a few hours too early. I guess I could have checked, but no regrets. I like how I'm given information that the bard had a birthday. We made him work on his birthday, guys. How do you feel about that? I suppose if he's a bard, maybe he likes it. He likes to work. So once the bedroom excavation is done, our diggers will have, wow, you just keep going. He clearly likes it. Our diggers will have, the time to go ahead and, dig up the clay that we need. The other thing is, who is our smith? Daysleeper? Okay, so Daysleeper should be smithing the new armor. I was wondering who it was, because it's not a tailoring task. Can't they wear armor on top of their clothing? Yes. I literally don't have any. Everything in my stockpile right now is just clothing. None of it is armor. I don't really know where my seeds are going. And I still don't understand why I can't grow here. Hey, Tumblin. Welcome. How's it going, man? How's Outworld Station? Do I know that game? Let me check. But tell me about it all the same. And thank you and your crew for tuning in. Oh yeah, I know Outward Station. I looked at it, but I factory games are my bane, so I didn't touch that with a 10-foot pole. Says there are enough seeds to plant. Yeah, I don't know how I ran out of seeds entirely, because seeds aren't being used in the bill anywhere else. So I'm a little confused why I have 2 cabbage seeds and 200 flax seeds. It makes no sense. Yeah, I really don't know what happened there, but whatever. We'll try to fix it. Who's idle? Klein. Yeah. What? How? You're literally next to a job site. He's like, oh, I'm got nothing to do, boss. There's a mountain of work. Literally a mountain I want you to dig. What do you mean there's no work? Shut up. Shut your face. Alright, I'm low-key a little cruel to him, but seriously. Diggers. Just... constantly have to micromanage them. Alright, how are we doing in research? We're 28 of the normal chronicles, and then we'll need 30 handbooks. Again, this is the biggest research project we have so far, so it's gonna take the longest reasonably. How's this playthrough going? You know, well, I'm alive and whatever. Having played a lot of Going Medieval before, it has its nuances, it has its frustrations. I find myself regularly going, why? What? How? But, you know, I still like it. It's close to amazing, you know, if you know what I mean. It's one of those games where if you wanted to build a castle and have castle defense and you're a fan of the stronghold crusader type defenses games and the this definitely scratches the itch for whatever it's worth. And for that I really like it. Stronghold Crusaders, yeah, I know. I mean that's a franchise that went downhill fast though. I will admit. It was good and then it wasn't. Why are you Gambison. Okay, let's also make 1 light armor so we can compare and contrast, just in case I have the numbers wrong. The other thing I've been meaning to do, and I haven't been doing a very good job of it, is making sure that the best bow gets equipped. So Radlock is going to go put on the awesome bow, the superior, and then Drake is going to put on the good one. So just for instance, the superior longbow has a DPS of 4.07 with a precision of 100%, compared to a short bow with a DPS of 2.4. You know, it's a big improvement, and making sure that my colonists have the best bow available to them is definitely worth it. Alright, where'd that gamazon? Oh, here's the gamazon. So this is a fine gamazon. It has an armor value of 23%. And then once we do the light armor, well, depending on the quality or whatever, we'll see what we end up putting on. So at the moment, it seems like my real bottleneck is just the clay for tiles and hauling the clay into where we need to haul it to. We are getting it stoked, and we do have a clay pile here, but it's not a very significant amount of clay pile. And some of that, I think, is as a result of not allowing them to haul, because what ends up happening is, like, Climb will go over here to the clay pit and then not haul clay back. So I'm going to change their haul back to, like, a normal amount, hoping that they don't just only haul. With that said, because I've gotten, like, 1,000... Well, that would be an exaggeration. I've gotten a lot of YouTube comments of, like, animals can haul. It's like, yes, I know. I'm aware animals can haul. The reason why I haven't invested a lot, and I hadn't explained my reasoning, but the reason why I didn't bother with hauling animals is this. Animals get eaten regularly. They're only protected when they're around colonists or torches for protection. And because I built in the corner here, anything worth hauling is pretty far away that doesn't have torches and doesn't have colonists. So the reason why I didn't have a bunch of animal haulers is they would just die constantly. They would go out here and get ganked by a fox or a wolf or a boar, right? It would just not be worth it. So I am training a dog right now, Father Prax, and one of the other reasons why I haven't bothered with animal haulers is Father Prax, we added to the colony like a long time ago, still has not been trained to haul. It is a considerable amount of effort to train them up, in other words. So they can even haul, and then once they're able to haul, like, they just get eaten by a wild animal. It's why I don't usually have animal haulers. It does work on maps where your base is in the center, so that you're, like, closer to the things you want to haul in. But because I'm obviously not in the center, I'm in the northeast quadrant, or northwest quadrant, rather, it just doesn't really make sense for this run. But for so many reasons and more, I hadn't bothered to do that, because, like, we've spent days and days and days and days trying to train Father Prax, the dog, and still no ability to haul. I don't know how long they've been an animal or in our colony, but it's been a while. And yeah, they still don't have the training for it. So it's one of the reasons why I'm like, yeah, I mean, I know it helps a lot with efficiency and whatever, but it's not the route I choose to go because they're just so damn slow to do the training and whatnot. So what is going on with our tree cutting? That's the other thing, is we're out of wood, and we have a lot of people that can cut plants and trees. I think ultimately our farm fields are too big, and it's too much of a burden to try to, like, harvest the stuff up here, so that there's just too much work, and nobody's focusing on the tree cutting as a result, I believe is the case. Which is okay. They'll get it done, eventually. Oh good, it's not just your villagers where you're training your puppet wrong. So once you domesticate them to be a proper pet, then you can put them in to, like, train to do stuff. But, like, Father Prax is a dog that isn't really even a pet yet. So if you go to the overview tile for domestic, I can't... This is where you would tell them to haul. And Father Prax is still, like, wild or whatever. Just undomesticated or untrained or whatever. So I can't even issue them haul orders. Who's the trainer anyway? Quantum, I think. Yeah, Quantum at a 1, highest priority. Or Ciceron at a 2, which is second highest priority. So it's not like they haven't been trained. There has been efforts. It just takes so freaking long. And this is for a single animal. It's not like RimWorld where you can train a dog in like an hour. In this game, it's like, oh, you want to train a dog? Like, that next year. It's like, yo, I have multiple dogs. It's not that hard. But apparently it is for them, so... yeah, whatever. Alright, well, we're finally getting a pretty decent amount of clay. My worry is that the fuel is falling behind because we're just essentially out of sticks, and unfortunately we can't use hay grass because we have like so much hay grass. Oh, but these are really coming together. Far faster than I thought it would, because we've had a few days of just like completely no benefit. Oh, hello. I guess I can sell you. So I'm gonna just like rope Lyndon. I'll raffle Lyndon off. Just know that whoever ends up being Lyndon, you are only in the colony for a brief time until you are relegated for sale. It's how it be. So, in order to finish these beds, we have the linen, we have the hay. We do not have the wood. We'll get the wood eventually. I know it's going to happen. We just need to be patient, but they're coming together. We almost have 3 bedrooms ready. And then the last thing is we're going to want the torches. They're all cat people, I guess. Yeah. And our cat died, so maybe this is like a protest. All right, Ciceron, I think you finished the lead armor. So the Gambeson was at 23, and the light armor is at 23, so it doesn't freaking matter. The light armor doesn't have a move speed penalty, so we'll go with that. Done. So Quantum, looking like a mean green fight machine. We're down to 84 sticks and 49 coal. And, I might need to change the cut plants job for those that are capable up to a 1. And then reduce Kadath and Klein's mining to 2, because the wood is more of a pressing issue. Now, I know I have a bunch of, like, fruit trees here that could be cut down for wood, but just not a lot of... It's not worth it, because it's pretty low yield for how long it takes for a fruit tree to bear fruit. Essentially, for a lot of these fruit trees, it takes a while for them to get out of their fruitless phase, so cutting them down, like, makes no sense. Unless you're desperate. Unless you're, like... Oh, we even have a dead one. Unless you're, like, in a cold snap and you're freezing to death. Then it's like, okay, well... Yeah, makes sense. The need for an orchard is... Yeah, I feel it. And in fact, I think we probably need to potentially expand our food cellar, because I'd imagine there's a lot of food that is just, like, sitting out, because these shelves are pretty dang full. Is there a reason I don't make iron for everyone? Labor? You know, the labor costs, plus... If we really wanted armor for everyone, why settle at flimsy light armor? You could get mail armor. Or better. Mail is a nice middle ground where, like, it's going to protect you from, like, light arrow fire. Whereas, like, going full plate doesn't really make all that much sense for, like, the average person, because they're going to move around like a snail. And then the other, I mean, getting light armor for everyone does make sense, but the thing is, like, people busy, right? I'm barely able to get ahead of the tasks that I've allotted, so I'm not going to add to their burden further. But it looks like 2 bedrooms are done. We just need to dig up the third, if they ever get there. Yeah, mail armor has a move speed penalty. The light armor doesn't. Putting everyone in light armor does make sense, and then having anyone that is going to, like, actually come in contact with blades, axes, or bludgeons in heavy armor does make sense as well. There's some features of this game that are missing that I really like. One is, like, physical zoning. And the reason I say that is, like, if I did have, oh, you should flee. If I did have people in heavier armor, I would want them not necessarily to, like, go wander around the entire map. Because they're slow. And that doesn't make sense. The problem is, this game doesn't have the concept of zoning or even bill zones, which is another one that I feel like it really should have. So that you don't, when you're trying to, like, make food, you don't go run across the entire map to, like, pick up a stack of berries. Because, oh my god, we have a sheep named Woolen? Okay. Okay. Sure. So there's some of these features that, like, hey, you know, I don't care if you have to copy it from other games like RimWorld. Please implement it because it's such a quality of life thing. You know, restrictive zoning and the like. That would just be, like, life-changing for people that enjoy this game. Because you can get around that by, like, I don't know. There's some, like, workarounds, but they suck. So. Alright, finally, we got some wood. That means we're gonna have some additional beds. Yes, we do have some additional beds. Alright, let's see. Ciceron and Board Drake. You're gonna get 2 of the new beds. And we're still working on the last one. Okay, we're at 20 of 30 handbook. And we're finally solving our, like, wood deficit crisis. Now we have, like, 700 wood, 800 wood, and 500 sticks out here to haul. That's good, because, yeah, that was a bit of a problem I get. One thing I haven't checked in a while is food. Although we're probably pretty good. Let's collapse the list. Oh, that's this. 2,100. Yeah, we're fine. Although we're very low on meat. So, hunt that mature deer. And then, we probably have another longbow. Oh, no, maybe Radlock is working on that now? Yeah, Radlock is working on that now. Okay, cool. Because I want everyone that is capable of using a longbow to use a longbow. Thank you for tuning in to Going Medieval Tower of Knowledge, which originally streamed live on Twitch. If you have any feedback or questions for me, let me know in the comments below. If you'd like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhadamant.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. If you'd like to join my online gaming community on Discord, Rhadamant.com has a link to it, as does the description of this video. Thank you so very much for watching. Special thank you to my Twitch subscribers, Patreon patrons, and viewers like you that support the channel and made it all the way to the credits. Thank you so very much. I hope to catch you next episode or an upcoming stream. Farewell, my fellow medieval villagers.